So friends, let's see the code complexity and how we can remove the code complexity via demo. So let's start the IntelliJ, and over here I'm having some code snippet, and in the description you will find the repo access of this particular code base, and over here you can see uh, there is a function which says find the greatest length string. Okay, and it is accepting string a, b, and c, and in the code it is checking a is not null, b is not null, and c is not null, and then it is checking the length. If a's length is greater than b's length and a's length is greater than c's length, then return a. And if b's length is greater than c's length and b's length is greater than a length, then return b, else return c, otherwise return null. So it's a very simple function over here, and we can see over here the complexity is 19. Why? Let's see. Because over here the if condition is increasing by 1, and again then when we are using the binary expression, and it is checking again, and if we are checking this length, then again if condition, then return statement is also increasing by 1. So how we can reduce the complexity of this particular method? So let's refactor this method. Okay, and we will see how we are reducing the complexity. So let's see. First complexity we are seeing is due to this particular if statement where we are checking the that whether this these strings are null or not. So let's see we can do something about this or not. So let's refactor this code. So let's introduce mm, a method. Okay, this method is going to check whether something is null or not. Okay, so let's see. So let's name it check values are not null. So we see that by reducing this particular line of code into a function by calling this particular uh, boolean expression where we are checking the that all the strings are null or not, we reduce the complexity, correct? And so let's try to reduce it more, and over here we are checking whether this is greater or whether this is greater. So let's find the greater value. Okay, so let's extract this by a function. So again, we are going to extract this via method, and over here we are gonna say that this particular function mm, check first is greater or not. Okay, again we can reduce, means we see the complexity is reduced by 2 point, and now we are going to use this over here as well, and we say a and c. See, it's dropped by 1 point again. Let's do for B as well. B and C, and let's do over here B and A. So we see that our code complexity is reduced to 10. Correct? Okay, now we will see how we can reduce it more. So as we see over here, that return statement is also increasing the complexity. So what we can do, we can have a particular variable. We can say that greater length string is equal to null. Okay, and instead of returning from the function, we will say we are going to assign the value to this particular variable greater, and we are going to return it over here. So see, it's reduced to the next uh, to 7, and previously we are having the complexity of 19. So 7 is good, but again we can reduce it more. So how we can reduce it? So let's see over here, we are checking the two end condition, correct? So let's check how we can create one more function that can reduce the complexity. Okay. mm, so let's create a function name. mm, so again we are going to create a function, name this. No, it's not like that. So we are going to create a function, private static boolean check both are true. And over here we are gonna receive one boolean a, boolean first, comma, boolean second, and we are gonna say return first and second. If both are true, then it will return true. If any one of false, it will return false. And how we can use this? Okay, so let's apply over here. So we will say check both are true or not. Again, its complexity dropped, and again we will check both are true or not. It's dropped, and again we can say that check both are true or not. It's again dropped, and again we are gonna say check, sorry, we are gonna say check again both are true or not. So now you can say that, see that we reduce the code complexity, and this code is more readable. And if you see over here, the chances are very less to find to be a buggy code, and it is very easy to find the error in the code. So we will see by the next example how we can reduce the code complexity in other ways.